Okay, I got the fuel filter bowls off. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me. I think I'm kind of dense sometimes. That's like earlier I said that I get diesel fuel over the camera, and then I proceeded to pick the camera up and show you the brake drum. Yeah, so now the camera's got diesel fuel over it. Anyway, these are the bleed screws. I knew they were bleed screws, but I thought they had a function of holding the canisters on. Actually, just the canisters were just, or at least I don't think they have a function of holding the canisters on. The canisters were just very well put on there. Actually, I'm going to leave that out. That way I know where it goes and I can bleed it. So, anyway, so I got the fuel filters off. So this was the first stage filter. Let me see if I can get it up here. So it looks like an older filter. Clearly has all kinds of junk on top of it. It's pretty apparent. I think it's pretty well used up. AR28610. So clearly it's been well used. I'll just stick it up here in the fuel pan that I've got. Let's dump everything out. See what we got in the bottom. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. I'll clean these out. The sediment bowl wasn't too bad. Let's see what the other one looks like, because this is the secondary filter, and you're only supposed to change the secondary filter during major engine overhauls. I literally like to compare these two. So this is AR. Handle with care, PC. I guess they're not too, they're definitely different in terms of color, but they're not different, I don't think, in terms of age. Let's see what it looks like, the secondary filter looks like. Definitely a little cleaner in there. I don't think this one has been changed as recently as the primary, just based on the color. But there's the housing, so you've got your screen over here, then you got your felt washers, and I'll replace all these when I put new washers on there. I'll replace the O-rings up in there and everything else. So next I will try to get the assembly off, and then before I put the new, I'll probably go ahead and put it back up there and see if I can't fix my fuel line right there. If I can fix my fuel line, great. If not, then we'll just put it back the way it was. I'll go ahead and pull this off and pull this extension off and everything. But anyway, so I'll go ahead and get this assembly off, and we'll come back when I get the assembly off. Got it off. And as I was saying earlier, I think I'm going to include it in this video. The paint on these studs is what was holding the two studs right here and right here. The paint is what was holding the whole assembly on. And as you can probably tell, this is not very clean. Definitely evidence of the leak right here. You can see where it was leaking and everything. So kind of happy with that. I'll do my best to get all this cleaned up without putting any dirt in there. This is the fuel pump right here. I think the fuel comes through that hole right there. And I can't remember where the return's at. But anyway, this might be the return. No, that goes to the engine. Anyway, can't remember. So I'll work on this, and once I get it done, I'll clean all this. I'll clean all this up and everything, and then I'll come back and show you my progress. So I'll go ahead and get all the new O-rings and the felt washers and everything in there. That way, when I put it back up there, I just got to drop the new filters on. So there you go. Okay, got the gasket area all cleaned up. What I did is I was really afraid that I had gotten, you can see some of the paper towel left here. I was really afraid that I'd gotten some crud in the holes and everything, so what I did is I took an end of a brake clean straw, and basically it's kind of bent back now, but I basically made it do 180, something like that, if it'll focus, something like that. And use that to squirt out everything in there. Worked pretty good. I don't think I have too much trash in there. If I do, it'll get in the injectors and then we'll have a lot of fun. But anyway, I'm going to clean up the housing now, and then I'll actually put it on here. I'll dry fit it without a gasket to get my line here, see if I can connect the line, and then I'll come back and put a gasket on. So I will work on that, and then I'll let you see my progress. Alright, getting ready to put this back together. One interesting thing I did find as I was attempting to move my fuel hose back to the original location, I found out that this 820 actually has a clutch housing from an R on it, or I think it's an R. So I'll have to fix that at a later date and reroute the fuel line then. I've got to put the fuel assembly back to the way it was, so I'll be using my handy dandy line extender that came with the tractor. I've gone ahead and cleaned up the housing. I've got the new filters on. I'll go ahead and get the assemblies all put on, and then I'll put that extension back on and then get it mounted up to the tractor. So once I've got that done, cleaned out the fuel, the filter bowls and everything, so they're all clean, ready to go. So then we can start bleeding everything. Okay, got the whole assembly back on there. Got diesel fuel in the sediment bowl, and we have diesel fuel to the first relief plug, or the first bleed plug, and we can hear it coming into this one. The tank is 3/4 full. We needed that much pressure to get diesel to come into the filters. So once we finish getting bleeding, I think we'll be done. No leaks up here. Like I said, this is a John Deere R brake, clutch brake, and clutch fork housing. So I will have to correct that sometime in the future to get this assembly correct. So as soon as we get diesel fuel back, I think we'll be done for the day. So there we have it. Fuel filter assembly has a new gasket behind it, and I am much happier. The tractor ran without any drips down here. There's some little bit of residual. I think most of that's brake clean. But yeah, I'm happy with the results. So I don't think there's any leaks around any of the new O-rings or anything. I think I will have to replace this clutch, the forks and everything at some point. I guess that's just another piece I'll get off that donor 820. Yeah, so pretty happy with it. I think that's the end of this video. Hopefully it's not just monstrously long. So it might be part 13, whatever, I'm not really sure. But up next, we'll finish the wiring, like I said, in part 10, and go from there. So thanks for watching.